Today I'm really excited to introduce you to the IONIQ 5 by Hyundai. Now it's a really bold design statement and it's actually a modern interpretation of Hyundai's 1975 pony design. Today I'm going to take you through 10 of its awesome design features. I'm Katy, and at number 1 we have to talk about this amazing bold design. It's called parametric pixels and it runs throughout the whole vehicle. To me it's almost like origami. Can you see these creases? It's almost like a paper car has been built to come to life. And there's something about it that also has a retro vibe, especially at the front here. It's kind of that boombox 80s computer vibe all the way through. You can see these very square designs. It's quite masculine. It's very, very bold. And this design runs right through the whole of the vehicle, even through to these creases here. And by the way, these Z-like creases also mark where the battery modules are, which sit around here. You can see these dashes here even frame the wheel, which is a really interesting design feature. And then we come to the wheel. This is one of my favorite parts of the car. Look at this wheel. Have you seen anything so exciting and different and angular? For me, it almost reminds me of those kaleidoscopes where you look in, you see shape after shape. And it gives it another quirky edge. So rather than it just being quite boxy and masculine, you come to the wheel and you see another point of interest. And I tell you what, you will be getting a lot of compliments when you're out on the road with this one. So we're talking about the IONIQ 5's retro design features. And remember at the front, I mentioned that it reminds me a bit of an 80s boombox. Well, if you didn't see it then, you most certainly will see it now. Check out the back. How cool is this? And can you see all the little pixelated lights here? It's retro, but it's really, really modern. It's exciting, and it really does draw your eye right in. Every little piece of this car has been so well thought through, and it really just, well, it's just exciting to look at. So whilst the IONIQ 5 looks like a hatchback, it actually has a massive 3-meter wheelbase, larger than that of a Range Rover, which means there's tons of space inside for you as the driver and all your lovely passengers. Okay, so for another nifty design feature, on approach to the car, it will actually recognize my keys and it will automatically offer a hand of friendship. The car doors simply open, so all I need to do is hold its hand, shake its hand as it were, and step inside. How very nice of you. Another thing we love about this car is the experience inside. It really is like being on a first-class jet, even in the back seats. Look at these plush seats. You have this amazing sunroof where we can look at the rain today. You also have your sun blinds, normally great for Australia. Again, it's rainy today, but you have them there. You also have USB charging docks here, which is really, really handy. And you can adjust the seat using this little lever on the side here. So you can easily bring yourself forward or back just by sliding it down or up. There we go, easy as pie. So on a day like today, when it is a little bit cloudy and maybe a little bit cold for some, you do have this sneaky little button here, which will actually heat your back seats. Oh yes, please. So inside the IONIQ 5, it has this living room feel, less like a car and more like a luxurious first-class lounge. And there's so many features that make it feel that way. So for example, you've got this movable console, so you can literally push it back and forward, allowing more room. And then here you've got a huge space where you could pop a handbag or a pair of shoes. You've got more cubby holes down here. So although it lacks storage in the back, inside it does feel very, very spacious. You've got USB charging points at the front here as well, which is fantastic. And the colour is super swish. You have this dove grey, Very nice piping design with this orange and almost chocolate brown fringing around the edge here. You have teal here on the sides, and it makes a nice difference to those all black interiors that you often get as well, which is great. Lots of spacious room here at the front. Of course, you have this amazing sunroof, so you can look at the stars, or on cloudy days you can look at the raindrops. You have a nice spacious feel in the front here. It's really like this big panoramic glass view, and I tell you what, you're not crushed in with your passenger here. You have tons of room to spread out, feel comfortable, and have that A-class, first-class experience. So talking of a first-class experience, one of my favorite things is these zero gravity seats here at the front. Let me show you exactly what I mean. I simply press a little nifty button on the side, and then here we go. Down I go. Wow, look at this. Oh, bye guys. Bye bye bye. Don't mind me. I'm just having a nap. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful view through the sunroof. Even my legs are supported, so you can have a nap while your car is charging, or just enjoy the fantastic view through the sunroof. So I think one of the major benefits about the IONIQ 5 is that you can make it a complete bespoke experience, right down to the fact that you can configure your own lighting inside. So have a look at this. In your display, you've got a whole color wheel here, so you can literally just match up the shade to suit your mood. Maybe you want some light tones, more mellow vibe, right down to the blues, the purples. I'm going to pick pink because that's my favorite color. And you can see I've got a bit of a disco experience now going on down here in my little side lights. It kind of gives you that futuristic vibe. And again, this is a real gadget person's car. If you love your gadgets and those little extras that make it just that bit different, you're going to just go wild for this. Another thing I absolutely love about this car is that ultra rapid charging comes as standard. So if we come back here to our little charging dock, I can open it up using the key. There we go. And you can see inside we've actually got the pixel design again, which will show you how much you've charged. Now, when I talk about ultra rapid charging, what I mean is that when you need to replenish, say, about 100 kilometers, you can do that in around 4 to 5 minutes, about the time it takes to have a quick tea or coffee on the highway, which is so handy. Or another way to think about it is you can charge it up to 80% in around 18 minutes. Pretty good to have that as standard. Another pretty brilliant thing about the IONIQ 5 is the fact that you can charge pretty much any household appliance using the plug section here. So it's got a normal 3-point pin plug, which means that you can charge, I don't know, maybe your mattress if you need to inflate it and you've gone for a little impromptu camping holiday, maybe even a cup of coffee, maybe even your laptop. Or imagine there's a blackout and you can't charge anything, but you do have your trusty IONIQ 5. You can even charge another EV vehicle. Oh yes, that's right. Okay, so let's talk about some of the eco elements with the car. Now, although the seats are still leather, they do use eco-friendly dyes, and some of the plastics used here are also eco-friendly as well. You also have this bio yarn stitching across here and used within the seats here, and the switches use bio paint too. Unfortunately, our market misses out on some really cool features, like for example the head-up display, which projects information on the road ahead of you. We don't get that here. Neither do we get the vehicle-to-app connectivity with this vehicle, unlike what you get with the Polestar 2 or the Tesla Model 3. Unfortunately, Australia also misses out on the V2L plug, which means if you do want to charge your appliances, you have to do it from outside. You can't do it from inside the car. So things like your laptop, well, that's not so handy. Another less than desirable feature is the front storage, and also how you open to get to the front storage. So you have a little lever here, but again, it's quite clunky. Thinking about a lot of the other features are electronic. My hands are getting all dirty, it's quite heavy to lift, not ideal. And then we come inside, so I'm going to open this up and show you. Here we go. Okay, what can I put in here? I mean, In the Polestar 2, we could put a little pair of smelly shoes. Not tons of room even for a pair of smelly shoes in here, so I'm definitely lacking that additional space. So another downside is that it's a big car, which, okay, that could be a good thing, but what it does mean is that it has a really big turning circle. So for when you're trying to navigate those tight city streets, woo, you don't have an awful lot of room to maneuver. You can see how I'm getting on. Woo! And it does feel very, very big. I'm having to inch round. For city driving, not so practical. So there you have it. These were my favorite and less than awesome features of the IONIQ 5. I'm Katie, and you've been watching EV Brief.